Well, as you can see here, the headlines over at Drudge saying Olympic nuke fear. I want to talk about what they're saying here and where this is going. Once again, they're saying that the ISIL or ISIS militants are plotting some attacks and that they should be on high alert. We hear this all the time, but what they're saying here this time is that they have a threat that is credible. They're saying that it is credible. It's not just hearsay. They're saying it is credible. So I want to make that clear right at the gates. If they know something, this is coming from the Brazilian government that says they're bringing in more individuals because they fear that there's going to be some kind of dirty bomb type of event that could hit during the Olympics in Rio. Now, what this is a device kind of similar to what you would say an IED is, but mixed with nuclear material. A dirty bomb or a radiological dispersal device, which is also known as an RDD, is a weapon that does just that, combines radioactive material with conventional explosives. And the whole point of it is, once the explosion happens, to hit the surrounding area with nuclear material, making it just that much more devastating, hampering the rescue of other people potentially that could survive, and really just making it a huge mess. Now, it's not like if they used dynamite and some kind of radioactive material that it would take out a whole city. Now, it's depending on the size of the explosives as well as the amount of nuclear material and what is used. Also, how a lot of it reacts when ignited. Now, they're talking about all this, and they're talking about Rio. This has always been a potential threat. It's a possibility every day that anything could happen. But when their agenda is fear, 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 and we know that many of these alphabet gangs have been tied to many of these events, you're starting to hear the same talk now of some kind of explosion type of dirty bomb event somewhere. It's been referenced by Obama to maybe happen in Manhattan, by others to happen in Charleston, in the harbors. Others have said that it would happen potentially at the Olympics, as you can see here, along with this threat. So we know who ISIL is. If you do not, then you need to figure that out quickly. Once you figure that out, and we've talked about it time and time again, these alphabet gangs, if they are running the show here, then, and we know they've done things before, then that's all you need to know to pay attention for here, is to be looking at who's in town, who's stationed, who's here all of a sudden. Look at the tags, the vehicles, and see who's down the road or in the next town, in the next city, in hotel parking lots mounted up out of nowhere. You have to pay attention to those things because those are the signs that people are in town. And something can go off. We've seen it before. It happened right before the big fertilizer plant explosion that went down here in the United States. That was massive and highly suspect. And with all the other things that was connected to it. But I guess the point here is this. If anything happens and they want to blame it on the boogeyman, you should know who the boogeyman is. And it's time you skip that step and see who the puppet master is altogether. Therefore, every time one of these events go down, no matter what country we're at, you know who's doing it. That's the most important part. Because once you see that, then everything starts to change for you. You start to see the reality of the world we live in, this game. I'll leave links, more information at these links. Until next time, it's been Dabu7.